What's going on, guys? It's Ed here from Geek, and I am back with Google Ads Agency Roundtable 2, and this one is all about setting client expectations. I've got Nick Kremer and I've got Mark Kelly. What's up, fellas?
How's it going, man?
I decided to be like Ed today.
Oh, there you go. Throw it on backwards and you're good to go. I love it. Rob was supposed to be on the call today, but I've got to break his balls because he doesn't know how to work a calendar and couldn't find it. And then Dustin's away on some family business. His son's getting a promotion, so congrats to Dustin's son, and hopefully come back for the next one. So today we're going to talk about setting client expectations. So you've generated the lead, you've closed the deal, you've got a new client that's coming on board. Let's walk through how you properly set those expectations. And to be quite frank, some of those expectations should be set in the sales process and not after the fact as well. So Mark, how about you?
I think that 30, 60, 90 days is a little bit of genius there as well. We set expectations of two types: expectations for the process, how things are going to work, how we're going to work together. And then we set expectations for results, or we don't, depending on the niche. Unfortunately, we're not niche down. So we work in a wide variety of white label, whatever the client brings us typically, though we're changing some of that. How I deal with situations where it's not a standard PPC niche, you have those niches are going to work well. And then you have those niches you just don't know about, or fields you just don't know about. I make sure that on those, I actually jump on the call. Other calls will have Justin, our sales guy, jump on the call and explain how everything works, what it costs, what you'll get. But for those calls that it's something a little unusual, I feel like if I get on there, I can help set their expectations in terms of results, which might be literally, I have no freaking clue because I've never done, Google ads for, engineering services in Taiwan or something like that, So I try to set the expectations up front for those clients that are difficult to know, and try to sometimes persuade them that this might not be the best course for you. And there's lots of reasons for that. If they have something that has a long sales cycle, they have something that's new to the market. That's one of my favorite ones. Nobody knows this thing exists yet. Right. Can we market it?
Yep.
Creating the market. Yes, we can. Will you ever sell on it? I don't know. That's one of the reasons that we really shy away, as I know you do, Ed, from e-commerce, because the expectations are high, and your abilities to influence the outcome are limited on the Google Ads side.
Yep. Yeah. You nailed it there on the e-com side. You got your traffic, your keywords you can control, your click-through rate, your ad copy you can control, and then where the traffic goes on a landing page on lead gen side, you can control that, split test that. On the sales side, it's like if they don't have something that's actually converted in the past, you've got to then kind of create that process for them, and that can be very painstaking, could take a really long time, a lot of testing, and the whole time inventory is sitting there. And it's not necessarily your job to figure that out. The business has to have some sales systems in place, both from a local lead gen to sales, but then also e-com to sale, that it's not necessarily your job to do that. So it's e-com's definitely a much more difficult process to manage and set expectations for.
One thing that I say for e-com people starting to sell on e-commerce is run a shopping campaign. I don't necessarily want to run it because of all the feed issues and challenges and everything else, but run a shopping campaign. If it's not selling anything, your issues aren't Google Ads. Your issues are somehow related to your pricing, your product, your site, your UI, your something, because Google Shopping should sell products. Even if it doesn't sell a ton, even if it doesn't sell at a great return on ad spend, it should sell products. So, but then again, we try to stay away from it.
Yep. And Mark and I have both sold a lot of white label PPC over the years. One thing I'll add into what Mark said is, with white label, you're setting expectations for the agency, who's then going to take those and may or may not play the game of telephone properly. May overinflate those expectations or underinflate them. So you just have to be more on the conservative side, because they're going through a filter and they may come out the other end a bit higher than what you said, or vice versa. So, properly setting them, I think, is really important because, the game of telephone, if you've played that growing up,
Yep.
the message definitely changes as you go.
We find out a couple of things sometimes too. I think the other thing I forgot to mention in setting expectations is we sometimes will do projections. We put all over the projection, this is a projection.
Mhm.
This is based on this click-through rate, this conversion rate, this, estimated cost per click. But these are just numbers. These are estimates. It's likely to vary. Could be better, could be worse. But as far as like the white label setting the expectations, we're trying to set it with the agency owner, as you noted. We don't know what they said, but oftentimes you find out after you engage, oh, by the way, I told the client they're really in a rush and they need to see some results like, 7 days from now.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Right.
it's cool.
Can you get that done tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.